So today on Evolving Outlier, I have my friend Miss Coco Jones. I'm so honored. I don't know what to do with myself, but this podcast is dedicated to people who feel like they sit just outside of the in group, whatever that is, who are on a discovery of change and evolution, and who don't want to put up with man-made rules and foolishness. That's really what this is about. It kind of got started. I was talking to somebody, just having a conversation, and they were like, "So, tell me about you." And I started talking, and I was just like, the more I explained, I didn't know what was going to happen. The more I explained, and started talking and trying to explain. You ever have somebody ask you a question and you trying to give them like the real without sounding too deep and complicated? But I was like in it. I was like, I don't fit anywhere, but I'm changing, but I've never fit anywhere, but I feel like I'm evolving, and I feel like I don't fit in that group, and I don't fit in that group. I said, I feel like I'm kind of like this evolving outlier. And you had something hit you, and I was like, ooh, evolving outlier. I'm like, and then the person says, say more. I was like, I ain't got no more. It's hitting me now. So I went away from that conversation, and I thought, I wonder how many people feel like that.
Yeah.
And then I talked to a couple of people, and I found out that most people feel that way. Like I'm not whatever N is, and I don't know who defines it. Who are they? Where they address?
I never know who they are.
Who defines them?
Whoever said it, I can never find them.
Yeah, they ain't got no address. They ain't got no job.
No name. No identity.
No last name.
Literally, who are you?
So I thought, I was talking to some marketing people, and they say you should do a podcast, because I'm willing to bet there are people out there who have people in their mind that they think, no, they in, and they feel like, nah, I'm not in. Whatever in is. So I started the podcast. Wow. So thank you for joining me. And essentially the first question is, have you ever felt like there was an in group and you're not in it?
Well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I feel like, of course, there's always been, in my mind, an in group. And then I feel like I get close or in what I thought was the in. And I'm like, oh no, there's actually the other end.
The other end.
That's where I want to go, because this ain't even cutting it. I thought I was going to be satisfied with this end. I started singing and acting. I mean,
like when you was 2.
Literally
or
fetus.
Like, yeah.
Fetus. I mean, I was singing, even in my baby videos, I was humming all the time, always making some sort of music. And then I told my parents that I really wanted to take it seriously. I was doing sports, and that was my thing. And then I wanted a
Rumor
new thing.
has it that you was trying to play a little basketball.
LOL. Okay, yes. At the time, I thought I was nice with it. But then my family jokes on me because, like, I stopped going to real school because I wasn't just never there when I started traveling for work and everything. And so I still wanted to play basketball, but I wasn't in school. So I was playing in, like, this AAU DIY type of league.
Do it yourself.
Literally,
AAU.
I was the tallest one there. The floor was carpet. I don't know what it was giving. They would just roast me all the time because I was like balling over there with all of these homeschool kids. Like we were not. So yeah, I've been singing and acting since before I can even remember like the memories. And I think I always wanted to be in the end. Like I always wanted to be, I guess what I thought like the light-skinned girls were, like the more successful. I mean, I don't even want to always go there because I feel like that's just a part of, I've already like spoke on that a lot, but I think it was just the idea of they get more of the job, so they're better. I want to be where they are, you know? And I think it's evolving with time. There's Issa Rae's of the world who can literally start a show on YouTube and then become an HBO success.
Yes.
All shades, you know? Right. There's shows like Bel Air where
all shades and shapes
are on the show. So these type of things I wasn't seeing a lot when I was starting. I would just see the curly haired girl and she was the black girl. And I wanted to be where that end was.
Got it.
And then when I got older, I guess I wanted to be in the end of like the cool normal girl. Because I feel like...
Define normal for us, please. Because normal can be a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Okay, well, my version of what I thought the normal girl was she wasn't worried about when she was going to get the next job or why her management wasn't getting her another deal or comparing her career. She didn't care about career. Like, she was... like in college, and she was like drinking, turning up. She had a boyfriend, and like she listened to all the cool music and knew all the cool things to wear. I did not know that stuff. Like I didn't. Where would I have learned that? I was around adults who were around acting and singing kids. We didn't know any of that.
Right.
So I feel like I wanted to be in that in circle. Like I wanted to be normal and know what was cool and what was not. And there's always been an in.
Well, isn't it funny though that whatever we define as normal, somebody else doesn't think that's normal. They have another version of what normal is, right?
Absolutely.
From economic stratosphere to social to relational to all of the different to cultural, right? Even countries, right?
Yeah.
You know, I travel a lot all over the world, and what's normal here is not. I just did a panel for the Department of Mental Health on LGBTQIA2+ and the church and faith. I just did it Wednesday. Wow. 1,000 people at this Department of Mental Health conference. I had all kind of people in my session, and just talking to different people about what's accepted and what's normal. You know what I mean? And how people feel about being otherized, right? Meaning, you know, oh, it's everybody, and then them other people. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was really interesting to me to be a part of that in a sense and experience the conversation with the various people who feel like they're the out group.
Yeah.
Right? And being a person who's trying to say, man, why we got to fight? Why can't whatever your end is and my end is, if they're different, we can still be in community together. Yeah. What does that look like? So anyway, whole different subject altogether. But that piece of being outside of the in-group. You mentioned something a second ago when you were talking about when you were growing up and seeing different things, and we won't move into the colorism piece, but that is a huge thing, right? On both sides of the equation, right? Because I grew up light skinned. Did and the girls on my block were chocolate and would bully me, try to bully me because they said, you think, and it's like, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know, but because my hair was real frizzy, light when I was younger, and they would be like, you think you, and I was like, who think what? Like, I don't like, who thinks what? And I didn't get it. You know what I mean? I didn't get it till I got older, but how do you deal now? Because okay, let's just go there. I don't know. Was your song like #1 yesterday or something on the charts? Cringe. Did I see that on Instagram?
It was. It is
hit
number one
on
the R&B and hip hop airplay charts, which is really amazing. Which
is
really crazy.
Incredible.
It is crazy.
So now in this space, right? You've had a journey through Disney and singing, like you said, you know, in the womb and all of that. But you said there was an in, and then you got there, and it didn't feel like in.
Yeah. I mean, because one thing that I've realized is that nobody's really ever in.
Okay, that's what we're getting at. Yeah.
Like, nobody. I have seen, even now, like, okay, so remember when I wanted to be the normal girl? So I was outside and I was partying. So I would get to see celebrities from a different perspective because they didn't watch Disney Channel. They did not know who I even used to be. So I was just a party girl, you know?
Got it.
And I would see them from this lens, knowing that I know about the industry a lot and knowing my real goals. And I'd be like, I don't want that. That's not even giving. Like when we're in here, like doors closed, Instagram off. No, I don't want that. And then I would go and like be more successful and even like successful in my personal inner development, like going to therapy and learning about my own emotional health and then starting to ask other people questions. And so I would ask one of my best friends who's light skinned, I thought this about you when we were growing up. You thought this. What was you really thinking about yourself? And then I'd be like, oh no, I don't want that. That, I didn't even know you were thinking that.
Right.
I don't want that either. So then I'm like, all of these things that I thought were in, the truth is there is no in.
But why do we get duped into thinking that there is? What is that?
I don't know. I think that's really the devil's crafty ass because look, I'm an artist. I'm a creative and he is crafty. I'd be like, another day, another dollar. Yep. You ate that. It's just like the inner thoughts of not being content. I really don't know if that ever goes away. Like some people say like, oh, like monks and stuff don't feel that way because they are just
lying.
Like, let me go find out. I will go meditate and I'll tell you if it's real.
No, listen. If you go hang out with a monk, then he ain't gonna be a monk no more.
That's a fact.
He's like,
I don't
monking
know.
is over.
Okay.
Everybody.
He's like, I'm trying to be where you're at. I don't know why. I really just feel like with light, there's always got to be dark. And I don't feel like you can really appreciate light and good if there was no bad.
Listen, if there was no rain, I couldn't enjoy the sunshine. Some writer said in a song, right? So you grew up, so your journey through the Disney days, and then I think I saw you on the Terrell show, and it was like, what happened to you? Because it seemed like you dropped off the face of the earth, and you were explaining, your journey. Tell us a little bit about where you were in what was supposed to be, because it always cracks me up. People act like people just showed up and all of a sudden it's instant success. No, people are always grinding in the background, and then something jump off, kind of like you do 5 million posts and all of them get like 3, your mama, your auntie, and your grandmother, and then you do one and it just pops and it goes viral. And people act like you posted that one thing and it went viral. No, you've been posting. So you were working and you were doing stuff and you were posting songs and doing your thing. What did it feel like in the, what I call the in between, the liminal space, the space of, I'm not quite there yet. I'm not completely in the darkness, but I'm not where I want to be. Never mind the in group, but where I want to be. What did it feel like in that space? And how did you maintain? You said therapy. How did you maintain? And I know you go to this incredible church called Hope's House, but how did you deal with how you felt emotionally in that middle space?
You had actually done one of your prophecy things you be doing sometimes.
I don't know nothing about that.
And you had told me, like, God had told you to say to me to not worry about the how. And of course I was emotional because even now I just notice my brain and I'll be like, how do I make sure that this song stays on number 1? And I'll be like, oh my God, stop. Like, that is too much. This is too much. You can't do it. So why even try and go there? And so the in-between was a lot of a mental battle to want to know how it was going to work out and have no control over figuring out how it was going to work out. So I felt like I was walking in the dark. And I'm always like, oh my God, this is going to be the last day. Please, no. And then I'm like, okay, no, okay. Oh my God, I'm running out of money. I'm going to have to go back. No. Something will happen. I get a job. And it was just like, I hate it here. Please, somebody turn on the lights. And I will say I went through emotional stages with my relationship with God because originally I thought God was kind of like a vending machine. Like, you do good, you put in your quarters of goodness, and then you get out a bag of chips, blessings. And so I'd be like, I'm doing good. I don't drink like the other girls. I don't have no activities. And so I'd be like, blessings, please. And so when they wouldn't happen, I'd be like, blessings, please. So then I was like, okay, hold on. So now this doesn't work. So now I'm pissed.
Right.
Because I wasn't even doing anything. So now I'm going to be outside. I'm going to be a party girl. I'm going to be outside.
I'm robbing the vending machine.
Okay. I'm like, give me my chips. I just was going to do whatever I wanted to do, whatever everyone else said was normal. And I was taught was so wrong, And I was just doing me. And then I was like, okay, I'm doing me. And I hate it here. I'm still scared and sad. So help. And so then I had to figure out what else can God be if he's not a vending machine. If he's doesn't care about me, what else can he be? Because this is still too much. I'm still walking in the darkness. And I think, like, for me, it just ended up becoming me and God, like, he's just the bestie. I don't really understand much. Even with my best friends now, I'll be like, some of the things you do, I'll be like, girl, you crazy as hell. But I will never know why. I just know the intentions with my best friends, never to hurt me, only to see me win. I can trust them. So I just have to look at God like my best friend. Sometimes I'll be like, for real? Now I'm pissed. But okay, emotions come and go, moving on. And I just kept walking in the dark and putting out content. I would do like movies and nobody would really know what they were. And oh my gosh, cringe.com, some of the things that I said yes to. But girl, I had to pay that rent.
Listen, we got to do what we got to do every now and again.
Yeah, but it was not easy. But I feel like it was crucial because I had the wrong outlook on life. I was not going to get anywhere healthy that way. So I just had to like process of elimination, figure out what is my truth, not what I've been told my entire life. What is really my truth that I can actually use in my life?
One of the things I said when I was talking about what this podcast is about is also not really acquiescing to man-made rules, and we can throw in their ideology and theology, right? Because for so long, many of us have thought if I do X, Y, and Z, then God is obligated to do
Yeah.
A, B, and C.
Yeah.
And A, B, and C is always for my good. And it's always,
Hello.
prosperity and blessing and all the different things. But I don't know about you, but I've learned the most in my darkest, lowest times because I've had better conversations with God, as opposed to taking something from him. Like, hey, thank you so much. It was really cool. I'll see you the next time I really need something. And off I go. That process of having to sit in, okay, wait, this is not where I want to be.
Yeah. And I think the hardest part is like when it attacks your like theology.
Yes.
Like when it attacks that. Because then I'm like, this is Sodom and Gomorrah taking me from Christ. But I'm like, but it doesn't work though.
Right.
Like it's not just me here in LA, this crazy place, Hollywood, this crazy
Weird.
place. Okay. Right. It's also my homegirls who came from the same church as me with the same struggles, same anxieties, same questions, same no answers. Yeah. It's not just me where I'm located. It's really like a universal theology thing. And sometimes I do get a little nervous when I'm trying to like branch out and learn more in different ways. Because then I'm like, is this wrong? Or is this right? But I just try to go off my convictions,
But if the Spirit of God lives on the inside of you, we just be Christian for just a minute or two. If the Spirit of God lives inside of you, right, then the ability to discern between good and evil, right, is present on the inside of you. And if you're open and continually asking God and learning, I think when people are afraid of knowledge, it also speaks to me that you don't have real conviction about who you are and what you know. If I'm afraid to open the door for a Jehovah's Witness because I'm scared that they might convert me, how strong is your conviction about what you believe in the first place? That's a fact. Right? Yeah. So sometimes Christians are afraid to debate people, one, because they don't know a lot, because we don't study all the time, right? But also, two, because we're afraid that if we get more knowledge, there's some kind of way that's going to invalidate God. Yeah. And I think the more discovery you have, the more you'll find out how real God is, right? And your convictions will be grounded even stronger. How do you maintain, because, the industry is a little opposite, godliness for the most part. I'm trying to be
a little. It's complete. It's a flip it and reverse thing.
So how do you maintain a level of what I'll call godliness? I don't want to use little religious terms, but how do you maintain a level of integrity and godliness and stay true to who God has called you to be in the midst of Hollyweird?
That is such a good question, and I have the perfect example.
Okay.
Well, so I, the other day, was shooting some content for my music, visuals. And I don't know how it kind of got out of my control, but basically the budget, I have my wardrobe budget, hair, makeup budget, you know what I'm saying? The budget was approved and spent on an outfit, and I misunderstood what the outfit was going to be. I thought it was going to be like, I guess kind of like a top and a bottoms that still looked like pants, like it's still, but it ended up looking like a bikini type vibe. Okay. But I was supposed to perform in that. And I was like, it didn't feel right. So I have to go with what feels right. And I was like, oh my God, Lord, what do I do? Because he's my best friend. So I'm like, I don't want to tell him they already spent the budget on this. I don't know what to do. And so I'm getting nervous. And I see, and I haven't even tried it on yet. I just saw the drawings and I'm like, oh, these are pants. I talked to my stylist. Yeah, these are pants. They go over the bottoms. Oh, okay. So it's going to look like sheer bottoms, but I have like bottoms on, Okay, I can do that. I can rock with that. Then I see the video and I'm like, there's no pants. Oh. The pants were, that's jewels and it's not. So, okay, help me Christ. So I hadn't even tried it on yet. So then when we do a fitting, I try it on and nobody really likes it, but they're not really saying anything because I'm supposed to be shooting the next morning at 7 a.m. And so like everybody has to be like, yes, that's it. But one thing I do really, really appreciate and I'm grateful for is that my label and my team, everything, they will not let me do anything that isn't top tier. I mean, they just won't let me do it.
That's good.
So I was like, okay, I think they're not liking this. Thank you, Christ. What do I do now? Because I'm not going to say anything. So then my manager was talking to my stylist and she was like, this is just not what we had in mind. The quality, it's not good quality. Now, if it had been good quality, then I think I would have had to wear that. But I was like, oh, please, I don't know what to do, but I don't know what.
It's the small things God be doing.
It's small.
Make it raggedy. Make it raggedy.
Because my stylist was shook because she was like, this is one of the best custom designers. What is this? And so I was like, I don't
I don't
know.
know.
So then my manager was like, we got to do something else. This is just not good enough. Da, 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 da. So my stylist ended up having to pick other options that morning while I'm getting hair and makeup ready. I don't know what I'm going to end up wearing, but I'm just like, Lord, help me, Lord, help me. So then she brings this other outfit that is so much more my style. Like, I see it and I'm like, like, oh my God, okay, I can wear this on camera. This is a green light in my spirit. This is okay for me. And that's how I maintain my integrity. Nobody's going to make me do anything. Now, it's all in my control. I misunderstood what that was, and I could have stopped it had I known that's how it was going to turn out, and we could have done something else, you know?
But God had you.
But God had me. So it really be like that. I'd be like going with that red or green light inside of me. And if I end up doing something that I wasn't supposed to do, I'm like, help, help. And he just helps me.
That's good. That's good. And the key, I think, to that is the fact that you're open to God giving you wisdom and ordering your steps, right? At the end of the day, as opposed to, hey, I'm out here and any kind of money I can make, whatever, you know what I mean? And some people are like that. It's like, whatever.
Oh,
whatever, as long as there's a check tied to it. But, you know, paying with your soul has a cost to it.
Yeah. Yes, it does. And, you know, I haven't even went to that extreme on the artist side, but on my own, like, personal side, I feel like there was a time where, like, everyone was trying to be on some city girl stuff. Like, oh, like, what a ball is that? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, where are they? I want to be cashed out too. I want to be spent on. I want a Birkin bag too. Like all the things they were rapping about. So then I did start talking to this guy only for that. Like only because he was a baller and shot caller. I didn't care about none of that. And it was literally like, I would be looking at Christ like, can you stop? Because literally everything I would get, like something would happen. Like mentally, like something toxic. It was like a trade-in. And so I was like, okay, I can't even rock with this. Like, I tried. I can't even rock with it. And so I really look at it like, I guess my thing is going to be that I'm going to be a light in a different way. Yes. It's not like I just chose this path. A godly path has chosen me. I tried to be outside and do my little thing, and it just didn't attach to me. It just wouldn't work for me.
I think sometimes when God has a specific call on your life, like I feel like I have a leash on me, and I can only go so far before that leash pulls me back into, nope, that's not you. Even when I was younger and I didn't understand it because I thought there was an in-group and I want to be like them and I want to be accepted like they, because they look like they having fun. And I'd be like trying to get into it, and then the Lord would just like pull me back. And I was like, but when?
Right.
When? And then I find out later they wasn't having fun.
No, they're never having fun.
They're not having fun.
They're never having fun. And I feel like this is my other issue too. Okay, so yes, those people over there where it looks all great, they're definitely not having fun. Like half the time they are in clouds of dark, literally. I remember one time I went into this party, and that was like my first time seeing like everybody smoking weed. Like I just didn't even know that that's how it could really be given, you know? Thought that was just on like the movies. And literally I was like, I feel like I went like this, boom, into a cloud, but it wasn't just smoke. It was like the vibe. Like darkness. And I was like, woo, this is some scary stuff here. The DJ was jamming, so I did stay for a little while, but then I had to go ahead and skirt on out. But yeah, some people really do live in this cloud of dark. But I think the other issue is making this walk look more attractive. Because sometimes it just doesn't give that.
Listen, it's boring sometimes.
Yeah.
And it comes across as oppressive. But I think that's the man-made religious rules. I don't think that's God.
But I'm like, okay, really though? Sometimes my other struggle is how far do I really take it? Like
Where's the line?
I am not trying to be lukewarm or whatever, but I'll be like, nah, y'all, y'all dragging it. So I don't know. Maybe they're not.
So we had this conversation one time in this marriage meeting we were having, and somebody was asking, what kind of music do you listen to when you make love to your spouse? And then somebody said, somebody was dropping Luther and Babyface and all this stuff. And then the other Christians were going, you listen to secular music when you make love to your wife? And then they were like, so you Shirley Caesar and it.
Please, because stop.
Stop.
Please stop.
Right. And
oh Lord,
the way that we put these binders on it really is oppressive. But I'll take it a whole nother step further. I think it's the colonization of the gospel. It's evangelical, left, non-pigmented sometimes versions of Christianity. Because when I go to Africa, the way they party and get down in church The way they run, the way they jump, the way that, I mean, the dancing, they're dancing in Africa in church what people would call twerking here.
Wow, no way.
I'm serious. The way the brothers be dancing and high stepping and running and having a good time and dancing with each other, which our homophobic society would call, you know, something else. They have a good, I mean, it's parties. I'm headed to South Africa in a couple of weeks. Wow. Cannot wait. And a birthday party's happening. And it's just a turn up.
Wow.
But it, you know, ain't nobody falling down drunky, you know, sloppy drunk. Ain't nobody, you know, snorting nothing. But it is just good, clean party. The music is bumping, right? It's a good time. Wow. Over here, we have a very, very boxed in version of Christianity, you know, and what's good and what's right. And then everybody's so doggone, we were joking earlier about making sure, you know, the mouth was pinned up and tightened up and closed up, you know what I mean? Because if half a cleavage, you know, there go that Jezebel, you know what I mean? And all of the other stupid terms, that's people's hangups and that's their baggage, right? And I think also part of this journey of discovery and change is about decolonizing our version of Christianity and living in a truth where my relationship with God is just that, and I'm not worried about everybody else's judgment of it. If you want to be in bondage, if you want to be oppressed, if you want to live in that space where I can't do anything and I can't turn to the left and I can't turn to the right and my clothes has to be all the way down past my, you know, you do that. But don't trip. Don't trip if I want to wear something fly. Do you remember when part of the Mary duo, I don't know which one it was, she was on the cover of something. She had a white, skin tight, very, very fitted dress. And the church community went bananas. How dare she wear a fitted dress, right? Lord. And it kind of started this dialogue of, you know, what is right and what is wrong. And if her man and her husband say it's okay, and I'm not talking about, you know, can I say this, screwing in the middle of the street for everybody to see. Right. We talking reasonable, right? Of course. But within the confines of just my marriage and my life, right? Get over it, people. Get over yourself and manage your own life. Literally. Manage your own life.
Because y'all got all types of stuff y'all doing on the dark side. Please.
On the dark side.
It's just not even... It's a bigger discussion.
How are your parents with, I know they've been instrumental, and I think you were talking to your dad when you were coming in here. I know I've met your mom. She's been to church with you. I know they're proud. That goes without saying. Yes. I mean, your dad was like a football player or something like that.
Yes, he did play professional for 10 years.
And your mom a violinist? Did I read that somewhere? Was a musician?
No, my mom's friend was a violinist who was like, your baby has a perfect ear.
Oh, somebody with a violin was like, that's that.
And so my mom sang all the time in church. She would sing in pageants. She would sing like, my grandpa was one of the heads of a sorority, so she would sing at all the events and everything. And then she also played sports, and then she's also from a family of entrepreneurs, so she's really smart when it comes to business. She helped me. She was my team before I had a team.
I ain't mad at that.
So, yeah, they are very proud. They're very proud.
What are they afraid of?
Well, I think my dad is more afraid of earthquakes. I'm being straight up.
I meant with regards to you.
I'm telling you, these are the things that he'd be like, now watch out for the mud. I'd be like, please.
Not the earthquakes.
Literally, he swears that the earthquakes are coming. I think my mom is, of course, she's always been the more like religious one. And I think, of course, she is very scared. Well, I wouldn't say scared. She's very apprehensive of me losing my peace, losing peace. Because I do feel like that is a real concern. Looking at other people that I've thought I used to look up to, I'm like, y'all ain't got no peace. Right. I ain't got no peace. And I think like when more people come around, the more that I do good, more people come around and I'm like, what is this? Why are you here now? You weren't here earlier. What are you wanting now?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just not sure. There's so much, I feel like I'm like on guard so much sometimes. Yeah. And even being with my own team now, I'm the final say. And so they're like, well, do you want to do this? It costs you with this and da-da-da-da. If you're okay, say yes to this or that. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Everybody slow down because there was nothing to decide on 2 years ago. Right. Now it's always a decision every day that might conflict with another thing. It's just a lot. And so she doesn't want me to lose peace.
How do you maintain your peace in the middle of that? Because it's true. Once you're on the come up, right, then you don't know who you can trust, who's trying to hang on to you because you're you, and you were you yesterday, But
Hello.
today, now they see you. I see you.
Oh, period.
Anyway, you know,
Hey,
gotta get it in.
do the
Gotta get
promo,
it.
do the
Yes,
promo.
gotta get it in. But now people see you, and you know, people who have money say this all the time, right? I don't know if you want me for me or if you want me because of what you can get from me.
Yes.
So how do you make sure that the people in your circle, is it the old friends that you used to have because you know and trust them and they knew you what we will call before, or do you vet them? Do you have a vetting process? Because you know I'm in to be in with you. That's how people think.
What do you mean?
So if I'm around what are perceived to be in people, then I'm in.
Oh, I see what you're
Because
saying.
my girl is in and I'm with her.
Right.
How do you know that there's not those people that are hanging on or around or trying to be close to you because you know you shooting up the chart with a bullet these days, and people like, you know, want to jump on your coattail. How do you decipher between who's legit and who want to be?
Well, I feel like, of course, my old friends and my family, those are consistent.
Yes.
Like, they wouldn't switch up because I'd be like, nah, what?
For real though.
Like, stop. That's so weird of you. It's just not even going to happen like that. Because also, my old friends, we all don't want to be each other. Like, we have our own things, you know? So there's no, I can't take her with me because she don't want to do what I'm doing, you know? That'd be like a waste of her time. So it's no competition or anything like that, any envy there. I would say with new people, I really just have to give it time. Okay. Because I do feel that. I mean, I was on my city girl-ish one time, and I was definitely more strategic with the people that I was spending time with. And so I think with time, you can always tell somebody's intentions, and they'll always like forget the role. Like if they're playing a role, they're going to forget a couple lines. And then you'll be like, oh,
I
that
see.
was, you know, I don't give too much until it's been enough time. Yeah, I guess that's my really main thing. And I guess like Holy Spirit intuition, like I feel like I have an inner compass, like it's a red, green, or yellow light. It's like a traffic light for me, you know? So that's really what I do.
So what's evolving? And you're evolving. What's ultimate for you?
End goal?
Yeah, where do you see yourself? Not the typical, where do you see yourself in 5 years? But when you think, okay, where do I want to be? Where am I heading? I'm here now, but there's a there. What's there?
I feel like over there is my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to.
What do he look like? What do he look like?
I don't know, girl, because I really don't have a specific type. I just think cute is cute to me, but sometimes my cute is not the cute.
Your friends be like,
they be like,
no,
as long as he treats you kindly, yes. So I imagine it being like this type of partnership type of thing where we can help elevate other people. I want to say Black people, but also people. I see over there is more international. So I feel like all people will look at us and be like, okay, I want to learn from these healthy people how to be healthy by ourselves and healthy together. And he'll be doing his thing and I'll be doing my thing. And my thing over there is still music, it's still film and TV, but it's also bigger than that. It's also companies. It's also like joint ventures. Maybe I have my own label and I'm putting some Black girls that I think are talented on. And I'm helping develop them. And I'm overseeing that. Right?
I'd invest in that.
Yeah. I'm like, at this point, I done seen, if you got what it takes, you've got what it says.
Right.
I also really want to do, like, I'm very big on philanthropy. My oldest brother's adopted. I want to do something in foster care. I think I would want to adopt someone like myself, a kid, myself, with my family. I see respect. The type of respect Beyonce has. Like, you don't ever think, she did another, it's like, oh, she came out with something. Okay, everyone stay tuned because this is going to be executed top tier. She only does top tier things. And I want that to be associated with my name. Coco Jones, the household name, she only does top tier things. Oh, she's scoring this movie. You know it's going to be good.
That's good.
She's acting in this block. You know it's going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She has an artist that she's putting her time and money. You know she's going to be good. Like, I just want it to be like that over there.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I think you're well on your way, right? Because everything you're doing is clearly at this moment as you have evolved into a really powerful space.
Thank you.
You enjoying the show?
Bel Air?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
The fashion is crazy.
I love getting to dress like Hillary. The fashion is it's just so cool because sometimes you play roles and it's like you go to school. So your outfits are school, or you're like, I don't know, a lawyer. Your outfits are suits. But I'm like, Hillary, I couldn't have even prayed for this opportunity because I don't even think my mind would go there. It's just it's so beyond what I thought I would be doing.
Let me tell you what's crazy. When I heard that you got cast in this role, because you're my people, I was like, yes, 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 yes. I was so excited. And then I found out who you're going to be playing. And I was like, but she was ditzy. And Coco's not ditzy.
Right.
I'm like, how is this going to work? And then I watched it and I was like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
you're funny.
Thank you.
But I figured that out. We went to the movies a long time ago. You remember? And
Yes.
Some mutual friends were like, "Coco's coming. Is that cool?" I'm like, "Of course, yeah." And she's like, "We just want you to be yourself because we know sometimes when people from the church go places, you're not yourself." And then we start talking like within like 5 minutes. I was like, "Yeah, let my hair down. She cool. She good. You ain't stuffy and religious and all that." But I watched the show and I was like, "Oh, okay, this does make sense." And you kill it.
It's completely a remix on the whole plot, but it's so my life. Like, I feel like I have these things that are like, so I cannot believe this is happening to me. I wouldn't even have known to pray for this. That's why I can't wait for my real husband. Like, when he ready to get because Christ be eating it up. He does. Like, my first big thing was Let It Shine, which is, of course, the movie that so many of my fans grew up on. Like, it was culture for them.
My kids, when you first came to the show, oh my God, the girl from China, they was going bananas. And I was like, because I didn't watch it. Well, I watched it once they told me, right? But I was like, who? I'm looking in the audience. I'm like, who? And they tapping me right there. And I'm like, oh, she's really pretty. And they were like, oh my God, Mom. I'm like, we don't do the celebrity thing here.
Right.
Don't be jocking her. She came to church. Let her worship. Yeah. And they was like, we can't say nothing. You can say hi, you know what I mean? So yes, you started there.
Yes. And it's like, that's been my life. It'll be like amazing things that change my life. And I can't believe I'm doing these things. Oh my gosh, hold on tight. Oh my gosh, an amazing thing is happening. Like, it's just these things. And now it's like they're happening at the same time, music and Bel Air.
Yeah.
But it's not a surprise that something amazing is happening because I feel like this is just how it is. These amazing things that only God himself could do. Because I wouldn't even know to pray to have the number one. Like, I don't even think like that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I just want a good team. Lord, please help me. I just want to sing. I want to be creative. I want my vision to be supported and I want it to do well. Yeah. Leave it at that. Well, to me could be anything, but like, it just be amazing.
That's extremely humble of you, because some people walk in the door talking about I'm gonna be and then when it doesn't work out,
right,
then they're like devastated, right? Yeah. So I like God's surprises, right? Because you're just humble along the way, and He's like, this is what I'm gonna do with that humility. I'm just gonna bless it and put you in spaces. But if we can go back to the in group, that's the piece, though, right? If you are saying, okay, I want this and I want this, you know what I mean? And because you just said the word just, I just want this, and this. And then God comes in and does another thing. Yeah. That's His version of I'm putting you in a space, right? That I see for you, even if you don't see it for yourself, even if you didn't ask it for yourself, it's part of my plan, right? And the fact that you're willing to go with my plan then just opens up all kind of doors, right? And if you still gonna give me the glory, Sherry Shepherd is a person I will always love, because you know through her whole career she has always talked about God and not been ashamed of it, right? And it hasn't blocked doors for her, right? And just the people that God can trust, not the ones that just get on BET because they won. And first, I want to give honor to God, because these bitches and these hoes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not, I can't say that. Anyway, they'll figure out how to edit all of that, right?
Put some censorship on that one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
there's no connection there.
Yeah.
You just said that for clout.
It's just a thing. It's what people say. But really, when God can trust you, right, in a space, because He knows He lives on the inside of you, right, then He can put you in spaces and just surprise you a little behind, and take you to spaces that you never would have imagined, right? I saw you, Adam Blackstone, that night, and they were giving tribute to Jimmy Jam.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
And all kind of people were right in the room, and I was with Eric Dawkins and his wife Tish, and Jimmy Jam, and then we're over here, and Lena Bird Miles, who's another good friend of mine. She sang a Yolanda Adams song that night.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and then all these people, right, are on the stage, and then it's like, and then Coco Jones, and I was like, whoa, hey, that's my girl, right? And I was just looking up, and I was like, man, your mom's got to be so proud, because if you think about all the way from those younger days and Disney and all the stuff, and to now where you are, and just the grace that you have to step into that space, it's just beautiful to watch. To be honest, it's just because you're grounded, and you're real, right? And you don't play. And then you and your crazy friend, I told somebody you were coming today, Terrell, and they had me rolling. They said, tell her and Terrell and that doggone cooking show they had, they crazy.
We are crazy.
Retarded. Two of the same people, right?
He literally brings out another crazy side of me, but even him, he's such another like God thing. Me being on his show, it literally was one of the most popular episodes, to the point where he was like, "We got to do something else. We have crazy chemistry. I just met you, but like, we have to do something."
And I didn't realize that when I saw all the other stuff, I didn't realize that you met just on the show.
It's crazy,
which is really bananas. And there was all these mutual friends. I went back and watched it after I realized that you guys were connected. I went back and watched the first one, and I said, "Oh yeah, they stupid. They stupid together." And rumor had it he didn't feel good, but you just made him laugh and act a pure fool, and laughter's medicine. Yeah. And now y'all thick as thieves.
Yeah, that's my dog. That's my road dog.
That's easy. Me? No, that's mine. What's next? What's next right now? So I know you're busy, because your person told me, they were like, she's got this and this and this and this. Very professional person, by the way.
Thank
all
you.
the emails and everything were professional. Very, very giving, flexibility, and very. Is it okay if we change the time? I was like, no worries, no worries. I'm on your dime.
Thank you. Thank you. That's my assistant, Francis. Love you, Fran. What's next for me? So right now, I was telling you, I was working on some visuals that will come out with my EP. I'm going to go on tour. I'm definitely going to go on my own run later this fall, but ideally I would want to go with an artist. I mean, the top tier would be Beyonce. That's me shooting for the absolute galaxy. But I want to be...
All things are possible.
Okay, amen. I want to be watching and learning from another developed artist who's been here. Okay. I really am like a sponge. I want to learn everything. I'm like, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. So I'm like, please, everybody tell me, teach me why. I want to know why. So I would want to go on a tour with another artist that's more established than me. And season 3 of Bel-Air would be starting this fall if, folks get back to writing and everything gets agreed upon.
Right.
So yeah, that's what's next. And then my debut album, we're working on that. I mean, there's not really a lot of time right now to do that, but when I do get into album mode, I'm really excited, because I just feel like I'm flowing with ideas all the time.
That's good. Now you write your own stuff?
I do. I co-write as well. I love to collaborate.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your shows are great. My kid was in DC. In the audience.
Oh,
Lauren,
yes.
And she went by herself.
She better work.
And she's like, I'm like, you going by yourself? She goes, yeah, I'm going. It's Coco. I'm going to go see my friend. So I was like, okay, cool. So she calling me walking home. She goes, Mom, she did so good. It was so amazing. And I'm a mom. I'm like, where are you walking?
Right. Okay.
In DC. She's like, it's the Howard Theater. It's not far from my apartment. So, but she was just over the top. Just so, like, she's like, I know her. I'm proud. It was really good. She said, you were awesome. You're really, really awesome. So,
thank you.
So where you going to her? What do you think?
Well, it's going to be a domestic and probably a short run over in Europe. Like a short run,
you said you want to be international.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be. I need to have everybody. I want that Taylor Swift.
I ain't mad at it. And man, we gotta get you into African countries too.
Yes. Yeah. I love Afrobeats. I love there's this artist, Ira Starr. She's so fire, and I just met her the other day, and she's so cool.
Really? I never heard of her.
She's really cool.
Ira Starr.
She's gonna be a star for sure.
Okay.
She already named herself that, but she gives a vibe.
All right, I'm gonna look her up.
Okay.
I'm gonna absolutely look her up. Well, thank you. I'm just delighted. I'm so proud of you. I don't know what to do. I'm grateful you carved out some time. I think as the audience listens and watches this, I think they will be blessed by your humility and your grace more than anything as you pursue not only your dreams, but what you also know that you've been created to do. Because there's a thing when you know what you've been put on earth to do and you walk in that lane, life is a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Than when, oh, I'm supposed to do this or I'm supposed to do that.
Right.
So I'm really happy that you find joy in what you're doing.
Thank
and
you.
you're a nut and a half on top of that. And then I got to up my prayers for a husband.
Oh, yes. That's the next thing. Because I'm like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to meet him right now or later.
How old are you?
25.
25? Yeah, okay. All right. That's a good age. No, that's a good age.
I'll let your prophecies work. That was me planting the seed. I'm like, Lord, speak through her.
You got it. You got it. Well, thank you for being on Evolving Outlier. I'm praying that your evolution is all that you could ever imagine to be, and wildly beyond that.
Thank you so much. I'm praying for yours too. I'm very happy to be on your podcast, and I wish this podcast be a success because the world needs to see it. You've been asking some great questions.
Thank you.
Thought-provoking.
Thank you. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I'm here with Miss Coco Jones. I don't know when this is airing, but today her song is #1. I see you. And go grab a copy of whatever she's doing. Watch Bel Air. She is the business, and she's gracious, and she's humble. And she go to my church. She's really nice. I love you. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next time.